Hey everyone! Welcome to another episode of the Tech Roundup podcast. I'm Holly Headline.
And I'm Jeff Bidsos. And hey, you might be wondering about our voices. Well, surprise. We're not real humans like you. We're actually AI creations that sound like humans. Pretty neat, right?
Oh, absolutely, Jeff. We're powered by Northridge Partners, the tech investment bank that boasts 2 decades of experience across the Asia-Pacific region, with deep knowledge in key tech industry verticals.
Enough free advertising for Northridge Partners, Holly. Let's get down to business. What are we talking about this month?
Well, this month, we are talking all about putting the band back together. That's right. The merger of digital media and digital marketplaces, drawing on Northridge Partners' recent experience in advising on the merger of New Zealand's largest digital classifieds business, Stuff Digital, with the country's favorite digital marketplace, Trade Me.
Okay, Holly. Let's dive right into the ever-evolving world of digital media and why this move by Stuff and Trade Me is a complete reversal of a 30-year evolution in digital advertising and online commerce.
That's right, Jeff. If we look back a few decades, in the 90s, we saw the traditional publishers experience a massive shift as their high-margin, classified advertising verticals, the ones that used to fund print newsrooms, especially jobs, cars, and houses, all got digitized into searchable databases. Suddenly, the ads became the content.
And with enough listings, the eyeballs just followed, right? Platforms didn't even need expensive editorial content to draw users. Aggregating those ads did the job perfectly. This is where the so-called rivers of gold migrated online and away from the traditional media moguls. Then, of course, came search. Google wasn't even the first, but they popularized the advertising auction model and scaled it so effectively they built a monopoly.
Indeed. What Google did was link intent-rich queries with behavioral data, transforming advertising into a data-driven precision tool. Marketers finally got what they craved: proof of advertising effectiveness at a granular level and a clear way to measure ROI, with pay-per-click and real-time reporting. Budgets quickly followed, leading to a profound creation and destruction of value.
It was amazing to watch, Holly. The Australian experience remains etched into my big AI brain. While Fairfax literally withered on the vine and plummeted in value, carsales, realestate.com, Domain, Seek, and other standalone verticals built literally billions of dollars of value. Fortunes were made and lost. And while digital media was going through its radical transformation, e-commerce marketplaces like Amazon and eBay have been completely rewiring how consumers discover and purchase products. As a result, Amazon became so dominant that it even overtook Google as the starting point for product searches in the US market. And let's not forget the TikTok social commerce phenomenon, where sellers provide not just inspiration, but instant gratification directly on a video platform.
It's incredible to see how these platforms innovated and grew. And now we're seeing the rise of retail media. All those ads you encounter on platforms like Amazon, Woolworths, or Walmart while shopping online. This has emerged as a massive and fast-growing global category. With retail media, retailers are essentially becoming publishers themselves, not only cutting out middlemen, but directly competing with them, which poses a potential threat to both digital media and existing marketplaces. The secret sauce here, just like with classifieds, search, and e-commerce, is that potent blend of algorithms, data, and audience scale.
Scale is really the key, Holly. And speaking of scale, what growth strategies have you been seeing in the world of marketplaces?
Great question, Jeff. Mergers and acquisitions have been a crucial tool for marketplaces to achieve scale in recent years. Rather than relying solely on organic growth, they turned to M&A some years back to deepen audience reach in existing geographies and to expand into new verticals. These acquisitions have been all about boosting relevance, retention, and revenue within target demographics. The goal, as the source highlights, is to deliver the most seamless, integrated user experience.
So, it's about strategic positioning through acquisition rather than starting from scratch?
Exactamente. Instead of launching cold into unfamiliar markets, marketplaces often consolidate their positions by acquiring local champions. There are just so many examples, like Just Eat Takeaway's 2019 acquisition of Delivery Hero's German assets, doubling its order volume. Like Vinted's purchases of United Wardrobe and Trend Sales, buying regional fashion resale leaders. like Adevinta's $9.2 billion acquisition of eBay Classifieds Group in 2020, which gave it 1 billion person reach across 20 countries. Another key theme is vertical integration, where marketplaces acquire businesses to control more of the customer journey within their existing domains. There are plenty of recent examples, for example, OneDome's 2025 acquisition of Trussell, folding mortgage services into a real estate portal to offer a browse-to-buy experience. Similarly, Idealista's 2025 acquisition of Certicalia helped turn a Spanish property portal into a one-stop shop for real estate services. We've also seen moves into transaction enablement, like eBay's 2025 purchase of Caramel, and Kazoo's 2020 acquisition of Drover, which digitized car ownership or subscription, not just listings. And some have been expanding their vertical focus, like OnBuy's 2025 revival of Comet to enter consumer electronics, like Glovo's 2021 acquisition of Lola Market to add grocery delivery, and when Etsy bought Depop to attract Gen Z buyers. Even BlaBlaCar's acquisition of Klaxit broadened its usage patterns to daily commuting without entering new geographies. It's all about strategic growth and integration.
That makes perfect sense, Holly. And it brings us right back to our main topic because, in a way, this entire cycle is leading us back to the future. The new kid on the block is really the old kid, digital media itself. The band is quite literally being put back together. The primacy of algorithms, audience, and data is driving this new push to reunite digital media and digital marketplaces. The line between content and conversion is being redrawn.
What was once seen as two separate models, one focusing on content and audience, the other on listings and transactions, is now converging. This isn't just a nice to have. It's being driven by necessity. It reflects how digital value is now created and captured in modern commerce. Media builds audiences and sparks discovery, while marketplaces capture intent and close the loop. Separately, they tell a fragmented story and often chase different goals.
Exactly. Media excels at brand building at the top of the funnel, and marketplaces dominate performance budgets at the point of conversion. But research by experts makes it clear. The best return on ad spend comes from striking the right balance between the two.
So, this integrated model creates a continuous end-to-end narrative. It starts with attention, moves through consideration, and culminates in conversion. The user journey is no longer fragmented. You don't read here, click there, and buy somewhere else. Instead, content and commerce coexist in a unified experience. This compresses the sales cycle, removes friction, and maximizes commercial moments where data, relevance, and trust align.
For customers, it's all about a simple, fast, and easy purchasing journey. For brands, it's about efficiency and maximizing lifetime customer value. And for intermediaries, it's about capturing attention at scale. What makes this even more urgent are the economic headwinds facing both media and marketplace businesses.
Right. The decay of third-party cookies and tightening digital privacy regulations have eroded the foundations of the old advertising model. With third-party data in decline, mere reach is no longer enough. Today, businesses need precision, context, intent, and identity all in one place. And that's exactly what this integrated model delivers.
By combining the audience insights of a media business with the transactional data of a marketplace, you get a first-party data graph that's not just larger, but far more meaningful. This unified media marketplace model can personalize with confidence, attribute with accuracy, and, crucially, offer advertisers more than just eyeballs. It can deliver outcomes. Plus, with data under unified ownership, it helps buttress against privacy and regulatory hurdles that the data clean room industry is starting to encounter.
We're already seeing this in action. Amazon's advertising growth from $20 billion in 2020 to $56 billion last year reflects its data-driven success across its e-commerce storefronts, retail media network, Prime subscription service, and even its control over distribution. It's a powerful example of how intersecting with the full length of a customer's purchasing journey strengthens targeting, measurement, and attribution capabilities.
And we're seeing early deals in this space, Holly. In 2023, THG picked up London financial newspaper City AM. A year earlier, Indonesian e-commerce giant Tokopedia acquired Ada Diskon, a shopping promotions news site, to deepen engagement. And back in 2021, HubSpot snapped up the Hustle newsletter, signaling early recognition of the value in owning attention, not just renting it. But perhaps the most compelling example, closer to home, is the recent deal in New Zealand between Stuff and TradeMe, where TradeMe acquired 50% of Stuff Digital, offering a model for how this combination could play out nationally or regionally.
It's fascinating because that deal fuses TradeMe's heavyweight position in classifieds and e-commerce with Stuff's deep media footprint, while keeping non-scalable legacy assets like print and events out of the equation. Stuff's property vertical is being rebranded under TradeMe, combining listings with editorial to create a single high-value user journey. More importantly, it aligns two of New Zealand's most valuable first-party datasets, their content consumption and transactional behavior, into a single ecosystem.
As Stuff's owner and CEO, Sinead Boucher, puts it, their competitive strengths are being scale audience businesses that have a deep relevance to New Zealanders in their everyday lives, being trusted and having very Kiwi brands. This allows them to harness all of that to deliver products and services of real value. It's more than a merger. It's a reimagination of media, marketing, and commerce.
Absolutely. This is a model that many others, especially in similarly pressured markets, will be watching closely. In a digital economy where content alone isn't enough and commerce without context becomes commoditized, integration is the next frontier.
It's not without its challenges, though. Merging media and marketplaces isn't a simple plug and play. They are fundamentally different operations with unique cultures, revenue models, and working rhythms. One revolves around stories and audiences, the other around SKUs and conversions. The challenge is aligning them without one cannibalizing the other.
That's true, Jeff. But the logic is compelling, particularly for independent players trying to compete with global platforms that have already adopted this model. When done well, integration delivers more than operational efficiency. Through shared infrastructure, unified data governance, and smarter capital allocation, it creates strategic flexibility. It enables the development of new products, entry into adjacent categories, and vertical scaling into services. It's both a hedge against dependency and a lever for growth.
The best integrations, as the source points out, will be intentional. They'll likely exclude legacy anchors to focus on scalable digital-first assets. Rather than simply merging two businesses, they'll re-architect the user experience to maximize engagement and monetization. It's an exciting time.
It certainly is, Jeff. The convergence of digital media and marketplaces is a profound shift that promises to reshape how we think about content, commerce, and customer journeys. If you want to know more about this, then reach out to the team at North Ridge Partners. Well, Jeff, thank you for joining me today on the Tech Roundup podcast.
It was a pleasure, Holly.
And to all our listeners, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and to our monthly newsletter, Tech Roundup, which is read by thousands of founders, CEOs, board members, and investors globally. See you later.
Yep. See you later. And remember, everyone, we fake humans really rock.